Alright folks, welcome back. This is number 3 of 3 of those mowers I picked up for 50 bucks. This one's got the famous Tecumseh engine with the famous Tecumseh carburetor problem. It starts, but it sputters. As far as that I know of, the guys say, you know, just did that. Oil is, it's got oil. It's probably saying it's overfilled. It's actually not overfilled, but it's up to the level. It's just, I don't know why it's up like that. It's probably because of me moving it. Self-propelled system has a hard time moving right now. Not sure because it hasn't been running. Let's see, anything else? The cable cord does not want to retract back. The pull cord does not want to retract back normal. It's got a bunch of slack in it, and it looks like it's getting ready to tear right there. Looks like it. I'm not sure yet. It's got one of those stupid conduit things on there. I'm not a big fan of those, especially because it doesn't pull the cord. It stops the cord so far. It needs to be. I don't know anything else here. I'll show you guys what it's doing here. We know it's got spark though, so I don't have to do a spark test on it because, you know, it'll start up and it'll quit. I'm gonna have to, before I start working on it though, I'm gonna clean it off a little bit because I hate working on stuff dirty. And where that carburetor is, when I take that bowl off, it's all dirty right there also. And the air filter, I don't know if you call it an air filter. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. That's the air filter right there. So it's not gonna run with that there. So, but for me cleaning it off, I'm gonna have to keep it on there to keep all that dirt off of there. So I'm gonna show you guys what it's doing real quick. Here, let me get my bale tie. Bring you guys over so far. I'll show you guys what it's doing here right now. Give it this off. Give it a couple of squirts of gas. The primer works, even though it looks like it's not all that great. This is what it's doing. You know, the famous Tecumseh carburetor. So, we have a plugged main jet, but I'm going to take this over and clean it off first because I hate working on something that's dirty. And right where I got to take the carburetor bowl off, it's dirty too. So, I'm going to bring it over and wash it off real quick. Here, I'm going to get it set up, and I'm going to spray some purple powder on there and degrease this stuff off of here, and then clean it up so it looks a little bit better. So I'll set it up for you guys when I'm getting ready to clean it off. Looks a lot better. I'm gonna let that dry out in the sun. So, real quick, I probably sprayed down a little bit more, but cleaned it off so at least I can get to that carburetor. So I'm gonna give this a chance to dry, and then I'm gonna bring it on my workbench here, and we're gonna work on it and see what's going on with it. Alright, I got you guys on the bench now. I completely cleaned this off better. If I get this thing running, I will replace that air filter and get one. I want to take this gas tank off, the fuel tank off. Man, there's just a lot of grime that I could not get to. Look at this. I'll show you guys this real quick. Look at this. Look at all this junk. I couldn't get that because of the air filter, but man, how is that running? I'm gonna have to really clean this again. At least you can see the carburetor. The main two things I'm gonna worry about, I'm gonna pull out that slow jet right there where my index finger's pointing at, and I'm gonna pull off that 1/2-inch bolt underneath here. I'm gonna check that out and see what's going on with it there. But I want to see what the fuel looks like. The fuel don't look too bad. It didn't smell bad. I mean, it looked like normal fuel in there. So I'm just guessing it was the main jets plugged up. So let's take that one off there. Take that screw out there. I'm gonna take that one out here. I'm gonna have to blow some more compressed air on that because I don't want to get no water in there. At least avoid that. And man, I'm gonna have to disgrease this engine some more. Oh man, oh man. All right. Let me get the tools I need, and then we're gonna check this gas real quick and see how the situation of the gas looks like. All right. Tools situated. Let's see. See if we can pull that off. Can I get it from there? No. Air filter box is in the way. Let's see. Might have to pull that cover off to get to it. I was just trying to get it where I can get some of the gas in there. Collect some of it. I don't know if I can from there. Let me get that the 1/4-inch bolts off of there real quick. You can see this a little bit better. I have a nut driver I can use to get those off a little bit better. There we go. Those off to the side. There. Okay. See if I can get to this fuel line. I'm going to get to the fuel line back here. If I can. I put the clamp right against the carburetor. See if John can get this. Now I didn't. A little. I'm glad I got pliers like this to get in there a little bit. Darn. All right. I'm gonna try different. Might have to try a different way. I might have to just try to go through here. I don't like the way they put those clamps. They put it right there where I can't reach it. Let me try. Oh. Almost. There we go. And it's not going to be on there when I do that. Now here's the question. I don't know. Gas starting to smell a little funky right now. Let's see if I can get it off of here without wrecking the fuel line. And the answer is no. I just whipped it off of there. Shoot. I could probably put that back on there. I don't think this gas is any good. I don't know if you guys can see it. See, there's some dirt down in here, so the gas is kind of yellow. Makes for a good video. Me making a mess. Alright. That's all she wrote on that. See if I can get this back on here. Might pull this whole fuel tank off at this rate. Let's see. Pulled the whole thing out of there, but I think I can get that back on there, so we should be alright with that, so no problem. So, alright. Reach over, you guys. This is the fuel right here. I don't see no water in the bottom. But I'm going to put fresh fuel in there anyway. Smells like alcohol. Oh, that's right. I put that fuel stuff in there. Never mind. I know what I did. I put that mechanic in a bottle. Henry was right. That doesn't work. Alright. I think I'm going to take this whole fuel tank off and clean it anyway. Because there's some debris down in there anyway. Needs to be coming out anyway. Let me take this fuel tank off real quick. And I'll bring you guys back when I'm going to work on this carburetor here. I'm going to pull that, like I said, I'm going to pull out that main little small jet down there. And I'm going to pull off that 1/2 inch bolt down there. So, let me be right back after I take this tank off. Alright, I cleaned that off a little bit while I was away. I'll take out the slow jet first. I got like a little mini screwdriver. It broke off a long time ago back, but it should work enough for me to get this out. Or not. Too small. Get a better screwdriver. Better screwdriver. See what this jet looks like first before I take the bowl off. You guys can see it. Without my glove being right there, you can actually. Shoot. Okay, trust me, it's not plugged. That's a good sign. I'll leave that out to the side. All right, I'm gonna get that 1/2-inch nut off of there, off the bottom. Here. I already spilled gas everywhere, so I guess it ain't gonna matter if I spill gas anywhere else. Let's see how bad this thing's plugged. Actually, it's not plugged. Look at that. It's not plugged. Sorry. Let me get it there. It's not plugged. I don't know if it's because of me putting that additive in there. I don't know. Let's see what the bowl looks like, though. Well, there's our problem. Let's see if I can get you guys in there so you guys can look at it. Look at all that junk that's in there. I think that's our problem right there. Other than that, the rest of it don't look too bad, so I'll probably spray it with air. Clean that bowl out. Clean this bowl off completely. Better. You can see all the water that's in it. That's not going to make it start. I don't know if you guys can see. See all the junk that's in there. I'll move it around. I mean, other than that, the rest of the bowl is clean. Doing it so it don't fall out of there. Just trust me, it's got dirt in it. I'll move you guys down real quick. You guys can see it. There you go. That's all the junk that's in it. There. So. Alright, so I'll take some compressed air after it. Clean that bowl off a little bit. Knocking stuff over. Henry would be proud of me. I'm doing one of his quick and dirties. See if I can get that bowl as clean as possible. There's some crud. Some crud's running on the side. Well, I guess I can use a screwdriver for this, huh? It's got a combination of old gas in there and stuff like that. Actually, I'm going to take this and rinse it out in that old gas real quick. There we go. Looks a little bit better. Rinse it out in that old gas I just had. There. So I'm gonna do it that way. Look, that bowl looks brand new. There's some crud on the side I can't get. It's alright though. We'll be alright without it. It's along the side. So clean that bowl off a little. Alright. Let's put it back on. Put it back on the same way we just took it off. Got the indentation there. Main jet looks good. At least the gasket stayed in place. I'm actually glad about that. Alright. Is the recording? Yeah. Alright, there we go. So I just got to clean off the gas tank real quick here. Take these gloves off. Alright, I'm going to clean off that gas tank real quick and I'm going to put it back on and we'll see if we can get it to fire up. So let me clean the gas tank. Alright guys, I cleaned out the gas tank with my air compressor and stuff. I put that nozzle back on there that came off of there. Lucky enough I didn't strip it. But I'm gonna fix this. I know I probably won't be the one ever to work on this thing again, but for my preference, I'd rather have this hose clamp the other way so I can at least get to it if I need to. So and we did a quick and dirty on this thing. I cleaned out that little small jet there. Clean out that small jet right there. I gotta put that back in before we do anything. Put that fuel line back on there. Put that small jet back on here in a minute. Quick. There, so at least it's easy to get to. You see, small jet's right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's not dirty, so it wasn't dirty anyway, so that's a good thing. So I'll put that back in there. I don't want this thing on there too tight because it's brass going to aluminum. There we go. It does need an oil change. I think I'm going to change the oil out in it anyway. So I'm going to have to get another filter for it, looks like. Yeah, I might change the oil out in it anyway, just to feel better about it. Should have actually looked at that recoil real quick. Said the recoil is actually having problems. I think it says conduit though. I know it's supposed to keep the cord from going back in there, but guess what? The cord don't look too bad. I think I'm gonna peel this thing off of here. Where's that screwdriver at? I'll figure that out when I get it. Yeah, I think this is alright though. I'm going to spray some lubricant in there anyway. Spray a little bit in there just to coat it. And I think that's it. I get that thing off of there. I'll get this thing on here. I want to see if it runs though, really. That's my only main concern, and then I'll warm it up enough, and then I'll do an oil change on it. There, so I'm gonna get these bolts back on here and stuff, and we'll get it down on the ground. We'll test it out and see if it fires up. So, see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, something's bothering me with this real quick. I noticed these wheels were kind of acting a little funky. So I want to take them off. I want to make sure this is the back end for the self-propel wheels. They're 1/2 inch. Of course I got to break them loose with a socket wrench. Why would I ever think that would not come off of there like that? Socket wrench disappeared. There we go. Oh boy. I don't know if they're supposed to do this. Haha. Look at that. This whole thing's broke. This came off of my... That whole wheel thing broke. Well, that's not going to make it move. Wow. I don't even know if I got any other ones that'll fit that. I got self-propelled, but they're not the gear ones. I got some on my other Toro lawnmower. It would work, but it's not the gear like that, though. Oh man, I tore this gear thing completely off. Look at that. I don't think I got any metal gear. Everything I got is not going to be for that. I had a bad feeling about it. I got a bad feeling the other side's the same way. That sucks. I mean, it'll probably roll. Not the best. It's gonna ride a little funky though. Alright, let's try it anyway. I don't have nothing that'll fit that. I don't. Alright, let's put that back on. See, we can just ride or die with it. It's gonna have to. I don't have anything for that. I think the self-propel works. It's just the wheels were acting a little weird on it. I'll watch it not move. Well, it's a little bit straighter than what it was. Sure, the other side's the same way. Maybe not. Alright, I just wanted to see that side. Okay. Let me get it down on the ground, and we're going to put gas in it, and we'll see if it rolls in and all that. So, alright guys, I cleaned out I sprayed it. I gotta get another filter for it, but I cleaned it off a little bit better right now. You can still see some daylight, but I don't want to run it without a filter. There, I already poured gas in it, so I'm just waiting for it to kick in. There. Alright. So it should start up. I already got the brake tied down. There's a few rub taps. I haven't pulled the spark plug off yet, so I'm going to test it by not doing it. So here we go. Pull cord, that's a little funky. I guess it's not going to be a quick and dirty. I think it's going to be more of taking the carburetor off and cleaning it. It looks like this pull cord thing is going to need to be oiled. It's not retracting back like it should. Alright, so I guess it's more dirty than we thought it was going to be. So much for a quick and dirty. Oh well. Looks like I'm going to have to pull the whole carburetor off again. Looks like I'm going to have to pull it off completely. Okay. Meet you guys back at the workbench. Let me see what the spark plug looks like first though. So it's rusty. She's a little rusty. Well, I think that might be another reason why it's not starting too. Let's see if I can clean that off a little bit. Get all that gunk off of there. That could be another reason why it's not starting too. But I'll take the carburetor bowl off anyway and see. So, alright, I cleaned off the spark plug a little better than what it was. So, put that back on there. I mean, if it doesn't work, I got another spark plug. I got other spark plugs I got for them. There we go. We're going to leave that off for right now, that boot. There. Man, I did not want to take that carburetor off again. Alright. So let's see. Let's get you guys set up here. I'm going to take the muffkin off, which is a 7/16 or 11. So let's see. I think I got 11 here somewhere. 7/16 here somewhere. Alright. Let's pull a carburetor off, shall we? Should be 7/16. I don't have my little extension for this thing, so one. That. Get the muffin off. Alright, now you should be Phillips. Should be a little bit smaller, I think. Can't remember what size they are. It's been a while since I did a Tecumseh engine on video. I don't think, not that I can remember. So, this is it. It's a 10. Okay, they're 10. So, I gotta clean this thing off. I think that's so rusty on there, don't want to get it in. I got 3/8. There we go. Get that off of there. Henry's right. Impact saves a lot of trouble. Now, darn, gotta pull the fuel line off again. Oh, well, you guys, off camera, I took the recoil off, and I got it spraying down with some liquid wrench right now to soak it in. See if I can get that to do a little bit better. Man, I did not want to do a full carburetor clean. I figured just clean the main jet out and done. It don't look like it's going to be that way. Looks like I'm making a whole carb cleaning on this one. Oh well, I don't think you guys see me do it. Tecumseh yet. Darn. Let me get this. I have to get this tube off of there anyway. That's alright. I'm pulling the carburetor off. I'll come back. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Alright, I pulled the gas tank off. I'm keeping the stuff on here. I'm not going to pull it off of there, because I probably more likely just got to clean underneath the bowl again and stuff. Man, I want to do this again. Alright. I'm going to do with that little mini screwdriver. In here to try to separate it from that plastic piece. I do not want to pull that off of there again. I might need this. Alright. Stick that up in. Side. There. Get that out of the way. Let me get my tray. I'll do it in a weird spot. Let me get you guys set up a little bit better though. Let me get it set up real quick. Alright, a little bit more better balance there. I'm going to clean the top of this off real quick. Alright. Yeah. Need some more carburetor spray. That's alright. Clean it better when I get it off of there. Let's get that 1/2-inch bolt off of here again, see what we're dealing with again. So much for keeping clean. Some crap in there again. There's water in there. There's water in this thing somewhere. That's great. Lucky enough I knew which one that linkage came out of. Let me get some compressed air on there instead. There's water in there. See? This water keeps trapping in there. Oh. Okay, good. Now we'll get that bowl off of there. Oh, that's the more important thing. You don't want to ruin that. So. But it's all collecting in that thing. I probably gotta clean this float off. That off of there. I'm gonna clean all that crud around there too. Pliers. Okay, get that out of the way. That looks okay in there. It's just all this stuff around here keeps crudding up, crudding up, crudding up. Okay, just don't want to lose that linkage again. Okay, put you guys where you guys can see me a little bit better. There we go. Want you guys to see what I'm doing at least. I mean, there is some crud. Mainly around here. And then the rest of the carburetor looks clean. There's some areas I gotta get to better. Like this right here, I'm not sure what this is. I mean, I want this thing spotless. I don't want to have to come back to it and clean it up again. And I know the gas is good in there because I just use it on my mower. I'm not gonna spray carburetor cleaner in here because look, this thing's clean. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it better. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, there's some spots that need to be addressed. And then all in all, this carburetor is not bad. So I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna just put it back together. Jet nut's still clear. I'm gonna check that little orifice down there though. You know what? I might spray that anyway. Because I said that jet looked clear, and I bet you it wasn't clear underneath. Let me get a fuller can of carburetor spray real quick. Yeah, I broke something. I'll clean it up later. Just broke a jar. Let's make sure this jet's clear. Yes, I can see you guys doing it. That's clear. So I know the problem's not there. Clean this bowl out a little bit. There. Might have to go over the sides of this. I don't know. Might go over it with some steel wool. Check it. I don't know. I'll clean off this float real quick. I'll spray it off to the side so you guys. The float's not leaking. So main jet's clear. Bowl is clear again. So it should be no other problems. There. Just gotta. I'm gonna spray that down. So I'm gonna clean these off a little bit better, and I'm gonna reassemble it when I come back. All right. I'm back. I cleaned everything off. Bowl's cleaned off. I'll put that back. This back on here. Needle. And the float pin back on. Float pin's acting a little crazy though. Spray it one more time with compressed air. There. Let me hit it with some compressed air again. Alright, so get this bowl gasket back on. There. I'll put this float on there. Float goes on there, you know, caddy corner wise, you know. You can only put it on one way and one way only. Get this main jet back in here. I'm gonna spray this thing down real quick. I got a better can of carburetor cleaner this time. Alright, there we go. Guys are going down. There you go. Now you guys are level where I was at before. Alright, carburetor's cleaned out. Hopefully not for the final time. Spray those off there with that. So I get these linkages on. You only go on one way and one way only. This one goes on the bottom. As soon as I say it's going on the bottom, it's not going to cooperate with me. Fine. This one goes on the top. There we go. Yep. All right. Put these on slowly with this. Alright. Can't find my little adapter. Good to go there. Okay, so I got that in the right spot this time. Time to get the muffkin back on. Alright. There. Alright. See, it should be 7/16. Get that back on there. After I just had the 11/16 and I 7/16 and I just put it down for me. Alright. 3/8. Just had that. Let me find it. It was in that box the whole time. That's on there. Alright. Well, it looks like now, put back the breather tube. I'll do that. That won't take long. Put that cover back on there last. I want to get the gas tank back on. Just noticed something on there. Okay. I was like, I just noticed something a little funky there. Okay. Put this back on real quick. Alright, fuel line's back on. Tank. I sprayed this thing, like I said earlier, down, so should be good there. Put this air filter box holder on. It's a 1/4 inch. I got a nut driver I use on that, because I don't want to strip anything out. There. Alright. So you gotta hook the breather tube back on. There. Alright. So I sprayed that down. So I put that back together. Alright, meet you guys down on the ground. Alright guys, let's see if it'll start up. Prime it. I'm going to try to mow my neighbor's grass with it. I got to fix that pull cord better. I think it works. What do you think? Self-propel system works too. I just gotta fix that pull cord. That's the only problem with it right now, is that pull cord is acting a little funky. I don't want to wound back up. I might have to put another cord on it. I'm not sure yet. Or I have to shorten the cord. I might have to shorten the cord. Probably end up doing that. But it runs. Self-propel works. It runs. Might get another filter for it. I think I call this one a fix. I just got to just deal with that pull cord mechanism there and see what happens with that. I'm gonna go ahead and mow the rest of her yard, because I gotta mow her yard anyway, and it'll give me a good test on this thing to run it and see what it'll do. So I will leave you guys with me mowing her yard. So I will see you guys in the next one.